Got some great finals coming your way over the next couple of hours. I hope you can stick with us. My name is Ross Solly. It is a cold day here in Szeged. Not as cold as yesterday. If you were watching yesterday, you would have heard me complaining. And I was sitting in the warm commentary box. And I can tell you out on the water, it was a lot colder. Joining me in commentary today, my very good friend and World Championship 5K medalist, Jenny Egan. Jenny, great to have you on the show.
Delighted to be here with you today, Ross, here in Szeged, Hungary, the home of canoeing, really, in the world. You know, canoe sprint, I know, is their second or third most popular sport in the country. I think football and maybe canoe polo are just a little bit ahead of it. But, yeah, delighted to be here.
Certainly more delighted to be up here than standing down there on the banks of the water. Gee, it was cold yesterday, wasn't it?
It was very cold. I don't think I've ever been in Szeged when it's been so cold. The wind was like cutting through you, and yeah, I don't think I've ever had so many layers on. Usually you're trying to take the layers off when you're in Szeged, not put them on. Yeah,
and some of the paddlers, they were so rugged up on the water. There's our lineup for finals today. As I said, we've got some great finals, culminating in the end, at the end of the program, with what would probably be two of the most exciting races. Certainly the K1 Men's 1000 is a very open affair, and the Hungarians, the local team, who didn't win a gold medal yesterday, they're pinning their hopes on winning a gold medal in that race today. It's going to be a challenge, though, because it's a very, very good field. Jenny, have you looked? I know you've looked through. There's some great races coming our way today.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a great hour and a half of finals. We've got the para final VL2 men 200 meters coming up first, and the favourite in this has to be the Portuguese Norberto Muro. He's a bronze medalist from Tokyo Paralympics. And then you've got the Hungarian Thomas Juhász, was second fastest overall in the heats, with the Ukrainian Andrei being the third fastest. So it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, and fantastic to have the Paracanoe races sprinkled through the canoe sprint races as well. It's just become such a strong sport now, the Paracanoe, and it is a qualifying year for the Paracanoe athletes as well ahead of the Paralympics. There he is, the Portuguese paddler Norberto Muro. He would really love to get his hands on a gold medal. As Jenny said, a bronze in Tokyo, bronze at the World Championships in 2022 and 2021, and a silver in 2019. So a gold medal is long overdue for Norberto Muro. He is the form athlete of the race, though. Watch out for the Canadian, though, Mathieu St-Pierre. He was 5th in Tokyo, 7th in the World Championships, but he won at the Poznan World Cup last year and showed us what he's capable of, so he could be in for a bit of a shake. And there's Edward Clifton, 7th in the Poznan World Cup last year. Great to see him here, part of a very strong GB.
Yeah,
they were good yesterday, the GB Paracanoe team.
Paracanoe team is very strong at the moment. They've pretty much 2 athletes per event at a very strong level. So in most of the events, the women are extremely strong as well. And Johnny Young took a gold medal yesterday. Delighted for Johnny. He's from Northern Ireland and racing here for Great Britain.
So we're about to get underway. Our first final of the day. Watch out in the middle of the field, lane 5 from Portugal, Norberto Muro, and alongside him Mathieu St-Pierre from Canada as well. And there are a couple of Hungarians, Robert Suba and Tamás Juhász as well. But looking already, it looks like Norberto Muro from Portugal. He is very determined to get that first gold medal, and I can tell you what, he will be very excited. He's going out really hard. Suba, the veteran, alongside him is trying to hang on. Robert Suba is a very experienced paddler, so he'll know how to time his race. And the other Hungarian, Tamás Juhász, also paddling strongly. But at this stage, Jenny, it looks like Norberto Muro from Portugal has done the hard work and should go down if he can hold on. Yes, as you go across to the wide angle here. Norberto Muro from Portugal. He'll be very excited. What a great race. He went out very hard early on and managed to maintain the pace. Crosses now for the gold. And gold and silver and bronze going to the Hungarians, with Juhász getting the silver and Suba the bronze.
Very strong race there by Portugal. Is it the start of a gold medal day for Portugal? We have to see.
Well, yes, of course, Fernando Pimenta later on in the 1000 after winning the 500. He'll be inspired by watching his Portuguese teammate, but he's been around now for a couple of years. Muro just knocking on the door, picking up those minor medals. Of course, the gold and the silver medalists from the World Championships and from Tokyo, not here. So it opens up some opportunities for some of these other athletes to come through and to really, I think, get that confidence to win a gold medal, because it doesn't matter who you're racing against. Once you've had a win, Jenny, it's,
and you know, you can only race whoever's on the start line. That's out of your control. So definitely will give him confidence. Looking forward, he'll have the European champs in Montemor Velo later at the end of July, Portugal. So that's a home European Championships for him. And then he'll be looking to Duisburg later on at the end of August. So, you know, we don't know who's going to line up there in Duisburg, but, you know, having a gold medal to your name is a great confidence boost.
So there's confirmation, Norberto Amaro from Portugal, the gold medalist, and the Hungarians, Tamás Jahaz and Robert Suba, taking silver and bronze, and the Canadian, St-Pierre, finishing in fourth. We didn't get a chance to mention down there from Germany, Anas Khalifa, who used to run as a race as a one of our refugee athletes, but has been living in Germany now for a while. So it's great to see him racing in the German colours here in Szeged. As you can see, it's a very overcast day here in Hungary. We saw some great racing yesterday. We're going to see some great racing this morning, and then of course tomorrow, Jenny, the big race for you, the 5,000 meters. How are you feeling?
Yeah,
what a quality field. You come to Hungary and they stack the field. Yeah,
no, definitely quality field, and you know, it's going to be a different format again this year. So it's going to be 5K with 5 Porsches. So it's hard to know. Look, I'm going into it with an open mind.
That'll benefit someone like you who's done a lot of portages.
Well, I would hope so, but we'll have to see, because, you know,
yeah, so we'll get back to that. We're going to cross down now to our Stuart Roach to talk to the leader, the winner.
Congratulations, Norberto. You had a silver from Szeged in 2019, and right now it's a gold. How do you feel right now?
Yes, I'm feeling amazing. I used to 4 times in Hungary, 3 times silver. Now first gold. It's the first gold in the World Championship for me. World Cup or World Championship, for me is the first goal. It is amazing. The conditions are very hard, but I'm strong in the right line, and it's very good. Very happy.
What do you think about the other competitors?
All is very strong. The Hungarian man is very, very strong. Hungary is one of the best teams in the world in canoe and Paracanoe. For me, it's amazing to compete against him, and I win is amazing.
Thank you very much, and congratulations as well. Take a rest.
Yeah, what a great breakthrough. I hope that he uses some of his, if he gets earnings for his win, to buy a new hat.
Maybe it's his lucky hat, Ross.
Maybe it is his lucky hat, and maybe we're going to see more of that this year, but it certainly looks like it's seen better days. But congratulations to Norberto. Sorry, you were just about to say, Jenny, about this year and the
so we've got 5 Porsches in the 5K tomorrow, so it's going to be a very different race. The most I've ever done in a 5K before is 2, so we've got a portage on every lap, so it'll be a very tactical race.
Yeah, looking forward to that, though. Now, our next race, and we are about to see one of the out-and-out champions. In fact, 2 of them, cheek by jowl. There they are in lanes 4 and 5. The 2 British competitors, Emma Wiggs in lane 4, Charlotte Henshaw in lane 5. And just a little bit of history here between these 2. Charlotte Henshaw, the last time she was beaten in a KL2 women's race was on this course back in 2018 at a World Cup, and the person who beat her was Emma Wiggs. And that was the last time Emma Wiggs won a KL2 race.
Yeah, you know, Charlotte Henshaw is a phenomenal athlete. She's reigning world champion from 2022. She's also Paralympic champion from Tokyo. She holds the world's best time for this event. And, you know, Emma, as you said, beside her is the silver medalist from Tokyo, the Paralympics. So, you know, it's going to be a big battle between these 2. They're teammates. I'm sure they're friends off the water as well, but everyone wants to win. And I'm looking forward to an exciting race.
It was very interesting yesterday in the VAR race. Charlotte Henshaw won that, but her teammate, Hope Gordon, really chased her down and nearly snatched it on the line. So now the Hungarian here is also in the mix here. She's a bronze medalist from Tokyo. She's a bronze medalist from the World Championships last year and in 2021. So she'll be in there in the mix for her medals, as will Susan Siepel from from Australia, of course. She's been around for a few seasons now. 7th in the Paralympics, 5th at the World Championships. Won a bronze medal back in 2019 in a World Championship, Susan Seipel. So she'll give it a good shake. And isn't it great to see the Venezuelans here? They've got a really big team, both sprint and Paracanoe.
Yeah, no, it's great to see them here, and hopefully they'll be in Duisburg also.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of the long-term plan. Duisburg is where it will all happen later on this year with the qualifiers. How do you feel at the start of a qualifying year, Jenny Egan?
Yeah, so it's actually a very exciting year for me, Ross. I'm going to be teaming up in a K2 in Duisburg for the very first time ever with my partner, Ava Driscoll. So she's a young girl. She's only first year senior. And look, from the first time we sat in the boat together, it's been really comfortable. And we're just going out there to see what we can do, no expectations, and hopefully have a good race. And yeah, like it's exciting. It's a new challenge for me, and it's nice. It's really refreshing, I think, to have that. I'll race the K2 500 and then the K1 5,000 meters as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
I think that's one of the exciting things about a qualifying year is that new combinations come together. People are testing the water with new partners in team boats and hoping they're going to get the right combination to get them that quota for the Olympics, which is what it's all about. All right. We're about to get underway here. Charlotte Henshaw in the middle of the field. She is the athlete to watch. Alongside her, on her left is Emma Wiggs. On her right is Caitlin Varga. Will they be able to keep up with the British powerhouse that is Charlotte Henshaw? Then they're off and racing. And a bit of a mixed start for the two girls on the extreme outside, but no problems for Charlotte Henshaw. She is straight out of the blocks, and it looks like she's going straight into the lead. This is her style. She does go out hard early. Emma Wiggs just a very measured paddler, just taking her time, just waiting for the moment to pounce. But Charlotte Henshaw is not going to give them the opportunity. She is a very determined young lady. I think she might have learned a lesson yesterday about easing up when you get to the finish line, and she certainly doesn't want to take those chances against a quality field like this. So it's Henshaw clearly in front. Looks like Anja Adler from Germany. It's also having a very good race. But Charlotte Henshaw, it's a 200-meter race, and she is looking very comfortable now. In fact, she's, I think, slowing down a little as she gets to the line. So Henshaw first. Looks like Wiggs will take the silver and Varga the bronze. It's a finished podium that we've become very used to over the years.
Yeah, and you know, you can see Charlotte and Emma, they both have very efficient techniques, and you could see just the power Charlotte had into that headwind here today. And it's great, you know, for Hungary to be on the podium at a home World Cup, so congratulations to her also.
Yeah, yep. Caitlin Varga, she's been on that lower podium now for a few events, having to look at the two British athletes in the gold and the silver position. But Charlotte Henshaw is an incredible athlete, and we were very fortunate when she came across to Paracanoe from a swimming background for Charlotte. I think she was at many Paralympics as a swimmer, but swimming's loss has certainly been our gain, and next year she'll be trying to pick up 2 gold medals in Paris. And in her current form, you would be crazy to bet against her, I think. Well done to Emma Wiggs. There you go. That's the friendship that Jenny was talking about. And I think that's the key for the British Paracanoe team. They are so strong on the water, but there's such a strong bond there off the water as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that's really important, Ross, in any team, to have a strong bond among your teammates and to be supportive of each other. And I can really see it in Ireland now. We've got a great system at Salmon Leaf Canoe Club in Leeson, County Kildare. We've got such big squads, and what's helping us all to come on is the fact that we all have fun outside the water, but on the water we're trying to get the best of each other, and you know, having that team bond is really important.
Yeah, and the big teams, you can tell. I mean, there are some teams where it's quite obvious, Jenny, even though they'll put on a bit of a brave face, you know that off the water there's not that much harmony there. There's rivalry that exists. But if you can get a bond in your team to push each other on and to work to improve each other, then it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. And, you know, there's always going to be a little bit of tension, especially when people are racing for one spot.
All right, let's cross down now and have a listen to our winner.
Charlotte Henshaw, it was easy race for you from this view, but what about from your perspective?
Yeah, that was tough out there. This competition for us is about seeing, you know, where we are after a really tough winter. I've been working with a new coach for about a year now, and we've got a bit of a race plan going into that, and hopefully I executed that, and just excited to build on to the Worlds in the summer.
You earned the 4th gold in Paracanoe 2023 in Szeged. Are you satisfied?
Pardon?
Are you satisfied?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's amazing to be back racing on the international stage. It's nice to see everyone here starting to up their game for the next 18 months, but incredibly proud to get another medal for Great Britain Paracanoe.
What's the way of celebrating after that?
Yeah, a little celebration there. I'll probably go back and have a bit of a dessert at the hotel as a bit of a celebration, but we're back in training tomorrow, so the hard work doesn't stop now.
You never stops. Well done, great job, and congratulations. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I suppose when you've won 2 gold medals, you can go home and have a dessert. That's okay.
Just one.
Just one dessert. I have one for each meal. Well done, Charlotte Henshaw. New coach, as she said. Gee, that'd be a dream job, wouldn't it, to be able to step in and just take on an athlete who is such a quality performer.
Yeah, I think any coach would love that. It'd be a dream come true. But you know, also coaches they have pressure on them to have their athletes keep performing, so it's a team effort, really.
And he'll be there making sure there is only one dessert consumed.
Hopefully they have dinner on their own.
Yeah. So now we move to the canoe sprint. We've got a few finals coming your way. Non-Olympic events, the first couple. Of course, the K1 men's 200 has been off the Olympic program, unfortunately, for Paris, but. Quality field here. In fact, friends yesterday, foes today. The 2 Lithuanians celebrating K4 gold yesterday in the 500. And here they are today. Navikauskas and Szeged going hammer and tongs at each other in a splash and dash, Jenny Egan.
Yeah, most definitely. They were very impressive in the K4 yesterday. What a win. They've been building on that K4 for a few years now, trying different combinations, and well done to them and their coaches also. And we've got 2 Swedish in this event as well. Petter Menning, who's been world and European champion in this event, and alongside him is his teammate Theodore Orban. So as far as I know, I think Theodore Orban just outpipped Petter Menning at the spring regatta in Copenhagen this year. So I think there'll be a big fight here now between Petter and Theodore in this final.
I think, Jenny, this is Orban's first A final. So I hope the nerves don't get the better of him. Peter Menning, very experienced campaigner. Silver in the World Championships last year. Silver in the World Cup in 2021. There he is there on the screen. Loves the sprint racing. He will be very, very keen to get his hand on a World Cup gold medal. Of the rest of the field, of course, Marko Dragoselvic from Serbia, better known as a K4 paddler, but he did finish 3rd in a World Cup here back in 2020. A very, very fast paddler. The Norwegian, he's more of a marathon paddler, I think, Jenny. I don't know whether you've seen him out in the marathon circuits at all. Gunnar Reid?
I don't think so. Norway would tend to be a 1,000-metre and marathon nation. They don't usually have so many 200-metre athletes, but this Gunnar from Norway, I think, is a very good 200-metre paddler. And, you know, you talk about Petter Menning as well. He's been so consistent over the years. He's a phenomenal athlete, gentleman off the water as well. So to have the consistency, you know, to win a medal once is one thing, but to be consistent over the years is another. You know, that takes perseverance and dedication.
Don't discount the Georgian. You don't get to lane 5 by fluke. You have to earn that spot. And the Georgian Kavalashvili, who's raced a lot of B finals over the years, so here he is in an A final, and hopefully for him, a chance to win a medal. But the athletes to watch, the Lithuanians and Peter Menning, certainly the form athletes going into this 200-metre final. It'll be over quickly, folks, so keep your eyes glued to the screen. The starter just holding him for a little while now until they get settled in the block, and then we'll be away. Peter Menning in lane 7. Probably the fastest of the Lithuanians, probably Szeged in lane 6. you would think. So lane 7 and 6 maybe the athletes to watch. But we're underway now, and that is the Georgian, that is Kavaleshvili, who is in lane 5. And it is, in fact, the other Lithuanian. It is Navikauskas who's gone out the fastest. So Navikauskas leading. It looks like Sedja, his teammate, chasing him down. And Peter Menning also up there. And the Georgian, Kavaleshvili, is close by. So coming down now towards the finish, it is the Lithuanian Navikauskas in front. It looks like Menning and Sedja are throwing down the challenge. Sedja coming through now. It's a Lithuanian 1 and 2, but which way? I think Sedja maybe just pipped Navikauskas, but it was very, very close. I think Sedja maybe from Navikauskas. Was it the Georgian who finished third?
Yeah, it's hard to say, Ross. We'll have to wait for the results to come up to be sure.
It looks like Archer Sedja timed his race to perfection. He was, as we see, they got away to a very good start. And you can see it was the Lithuanian in lane 4, Navikauskas, who got the best of the start. Sedja had a little bit of work to do, but he timed his finish to perfection. The Georgian also was competitive for a long part of the race. I'm not sure if he held on for third. We'll see in just a moment. Peter Menning was also in the mix for the bronze. And there you can see Sedja starting to come through there in lane number 6, chasing down his K4 teammate. And as we got to the line there, it looks, yes, ooh, gee, not by much. And yes, in the middle, the Georgian, I think, will go up there in lane 1.
Yeah, it's close.
The Norwegian, Gunnar Eid, also was very, very close for the bronze. So we'll watch that closely, but no doubt about the gold and silver. What a great couple of days these teammates have had. Gold medal yesterday in the K4 and gold and silver today. So there is confirmation. Archer Sedja in boat number 6 over his teammate Ignas Navikauskas. And we'll just wait now for confirmation of the bronze. It is Kavaleshvili from Georgia picking up the bronze medal. Fast race.
Very fast race. So close between Georgia, Sweden and Norway there for that bronze.
Yeah, we'll cross down in just a moment to hear. I'm sure Archer Sedja is very, very happy with his work over the past 24 hours. Let's have a listen to him.
Hey mate, you look very happy right now. He was a semi-final winner, and yesterday, the first World Cup gold medal Lithuania in K4 men 500. How are you feel right now?
I'm really happy. I'm winning second gold for 2 days. I'm happy.
You can upgrade your Instagram profile with a double gold medal.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Arturas.
Whatever, he says, whatever you just said, I'll say yes. But congratulations to him. Who am I to judge somebody whose English is not their first language, not understanding some bloke rabbiting on about Instagram? Here we go. We're going to hear, I think, from our silver medalist. In just a moment, I think we're getting into position for the silver medalist.
Double medal to Lithuania, and the silver goes to Ignas Navikauskas. What do you think about this race? It was so tough.
Yeah, it's a very good race. Congrats, Arturas. Revanche. Yeah, I'm happy. Try to go fast, take fun. Yeah, it was good.
Thank you very much, and congratulations, guys. We try to cheat.
Yeah,
the third guy, but really
it's a great. I mean, Lithuania, tiny little nation, but gee, they turn out some really good, fast paddlers, Jenny Egan.
Yeah, for sure. They're very explosive.
Have you ever raced there? Have you ever raced in Lithuania?
No, it's one of the few places I probably haven't raced in, to be honest. It looks like a beautiful place, though, from photos I've seen, where they train. Looks very picturesque. So, but I know these athletes spend a lot of time away also. They go on training camps to Montebello in Portugal. I think they spend quite a lot of the weeks there during the winter time. As far as I know, the water in Lithuania would freeze over, so they're not able to paddle, so in the winter time. So
obviously not as tough as the Irish paddlers who train on ice.
Well, we're quite lucky, actually. We don't get too much ice. We can train on the water nearly all year round, which is great. We just have to get over the wind and the rain.
Now, we talk about star athletes, and we've got them today. We've got them sprinkled right through the program. Have a look there, folks, in lane 4, the Chinese combination of Shizhe Zhu and Mengya Sun. They are Olympic champions. They are world champions. They are a quality combination, and I, for one, can't wait to see them in action today in this Olympic event, the C2 Women's 500. They're not going to have it all their own way, though, Jenny. The second Chinese boat, there's a bit of a mystery about them. We don't know a lot about them, but they were very good in qualifying. Of course, the Hungarians won bronze in the World Championships last year, and the 2 Canadian boats are very strong as well.
Yeah, and don't rule out the Spanish. The Spanish were the fastest qualifiers for the A-final for this event today. So,
and they won gold yesterday in the 200-metre C2, so they're in good form.
It's going to be a hell of a race.
It really, really is. There they are, folks. They ooze quality, this combination from China. So good in Tokyo, so good last year in Halifax. Now, this is the mystery boat. I mean, they're obviously very, very good in the qualifiers. Are they good enough to knock off their teammates? And as Jenny said, the Spanish combination of Giacomi and Corbera, they won gold yesterday in the C2 200, and they finished strongly. So it would suggest that they've, the extra 300 metres won't be too difficult. And there is Sloane Mackenzie and Katie Vincent. Of course, Katie Vincent, one of the pioneers of women's canoe paddling since it became an Olympic event. And Sloane and Katie finished 6th in the World Championships last year. Of course, Katie Vincent with Lawrence Vincent LaPont winning silver in Tokyo. So great to see her competing. And Lisa Yarn, of course, 4th in Tokyo, but with a different partner. She's now stepped into a boat with Ophelia Prella. Be interesting to see how this combination goes.
Yeah, they'd be looking to build on this for their home World Championships later in the year at the end of August. So there's some strong nations in this, and there's some, fights between internal nations in this also. I'm sure they have to try and win this race to get the spot for the World Championships, between Canada, China. So it's going to be a hell of a race. We just saw on screen the 2 young Canadians, Sophia Jensen and Julia Ossendi. They dominated junior and under 23 racing for so many years, and now they've stepped up to the senior competition, and they've done it well. This will be a good test for them, though, here today. As you said, Jenny, there's a bit of rivalry between the 2 Canadian boats. Obviously some rivalry between the Chinese boats. There's 2 Canadian boats, 2 Chinese boats, and of course the Spanish expected to go very well. So we're underway. This is the C2 Women's 500. It made its Olympic debut in Tokyo as an event, and I think it captured the attention of a lot of canoe fans just for the quality of the racing. So as we get underway now, it looks like the 2 Chinese boats, it looks like the Olympic and world champions going out strong, but across there in lane 2, it's the young combination from Canada, Jensen and Ossendi, who have thrown down the challenge early to the Olympic and world champions. The Spanish are up there. The second Canadian boat is also with Katie Vincent and Sloane Mackenzie keeping good time. The second Chinese boat dropping off the pace a little bit at the moment, but the back half of their event should be quite strong. There they are, folks. They are your world and Olympic champions. Look at that style. Look at that technique, Jenny. They're looking very comfortable. Yeah, very efficient, working in unison together, propelling the boat through the water with their hips. And that's important in every crew boat, to be good unison together. That's what makes a boat run. And in kayaks as well, if you don't sit well together, it's very uncomfortable, and there's negative energy then, and it's not propelling forward. Wow, look at this. This is an education, folks, for how to do a C2 boat. These girls from China, so they came into this event with a huge reputation, and they've done nothing to diminish that standing at the moment, because they are going great guns in this women's C2 500 final. Zhu and Sun from China. There's not much else they can do to prove themselves. Olympic champions, world champions. The race for second is going to be interesting. It looks like the young Canadian combination is really pushing hard, but now the Hungarians, the bronze medalists from the World Championships, Brigato and Nagy, also pushing through. And don't
discount on this side. Mackenzie and Vincent from Canada, but coming up to the finish line, the Chinese will take the gold. The race for silver, maybe the Spanish will get there, yes. And I think Vincent and Mackenzie taking the bronze. So a big finish there from the Spanish girls. I thought yesterday that they looked really strong at the finish of the 200-metre race, and once again, flying home to take the silver in that race. But we cannot take anything away from the gold medalists. They were in control of that race from the start, never gave anyone else a look in, and just really flexed their muscles and showed that this year, once again, if you want to win a gold medal in this race, you're going to have to work very, very hard.
That's for sure. They dominated it, Ross, and very close for the, well, second place was, well, could be seen easily, but for the bronze, there's quite a fight. So well done to all the athletes.
Yeah, I think that's the Spanish. Jacomi and Corbra flew home. Here we go. We'll get confirmation here. So gold to China, Spain with the silver, and yes, the Canadians, Mackenzie and Vincent taking the bronze medal. So congratulations to China. They had a really strong women's K4 yesterday that I think shocked a lot of people, and just showing that they're also very, very good in the canoe as well, with a gold medal there for the C2. Confirmation there. Gold to China, silver to Spain, bronze to Canada. The young Canadian crew, they'll learn a little bit from that race. They took it out really, really hard and obviously found it hard to hang on. The Hungarians threatened for a little while, but just not getting it together at the end. Looking down the rest, the second Chinese boat finishing 7th. And now we're just waiting for our medalist to come to the dock. If I remember correctly, I don't think that Zhu and Sun speak a lot of English, so this will be good for our Hungarian interviewer, just test out his abilities with the Chinese, but looks like he might be making a beeline to our Canadians. Let's have a listen to our Canadian bronze medalists.
How was the competing, girls? Nice to see you here, and congratulations, of course, to Canada.
It was really good. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah, it was awesome.
Please describe the level of fun in the 1 to 10 scale.
Fun was a 10 and pain was a 10. Yeah!
Thank you very much. And just some kind of inside the race?
Yeah, it's amazing to see the level of the women's C2 right now. I think that was probably one of the closest finals in this event's history. I think I've raced this race more than anyone, so it's incredible to see the global level be so high right now.
Well done, thank you very much.
Always a great spokesperson for the sport, Katie Vincent. I don't know, Jenny Egan, when they say it was fun, do you think they mean it? Do you think they actually mean that it was fun or not? Or
I think us athletes are weird. I think we like pain is fun.
Yeah, I know. It didn't look like fun. They certainly looked like they were struggling to breathe. But now I think we're going to hear from our Chinese gold medalist. Let's have a listen to this.
It was a clear win for you, girls. How are you satisfied with your performance today?
今天其实我们非常高兴吧，能够在赛格德再一次拿下世界杯这个双500的冠军。赛格德的场地非常的不错，我们非常喜欢。然后自19年之后，我们再一次来到这里，然后重新拿下这次世界杯的冠军。所以说我们俩非常喜欢这里，谢谢。
Thank you very much, the Olympic champions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope at home you got the gist of that. I think at one stage she did thank her partner, which was good.
Yeah,
very
definitely
important.
thank the partner.
Very important,
got that
Jenny.
one.
Yes. But wow, they're fantastic. And I think we're now going to hear from our Spanish bronze medalists.
I'm very proud of Anthony and Maria because we met yesterday. You won a silver, and it's a silver too. How are you satisfied with this performance?
Estamos muy contentas. Ha sido un año, una temporada en la que hemos apostado por este C2 y teníamos muchas ganas de ver cuál era el rendimiento a nivel mundial e internacional y bueno, creo que no hay más que haberlo visto. Estoy súper contenta con Antía y hacemos muy buen equipo y creo que todavía queda tiempo y trabajo por seguir así.
Thank you and bravo. Congratulations.
Well, we are truly an international sport, and we have people from all over the world competing and winning medals. So congratulations to the Spanish. He said silver, but I'm pretty certain they won gold yesterday.
Okay, yeah,
C2
maybe.
200.
Yeah, they must have made a mistake there, Art.
That's all right. It all happens. It always happens. Now, what a great race this is going to be, Jenny Egan. This is one of our Olympic events, the K1 Women's 500, and yet again we get to see an international superstar. There she is, lane 5, Lisa Carrington. But I tell you what, I am really looking forward to the race with her New Zealand teammate, Amy Fisher. There's a backstory there. Amy Fisher stepped away from canoeing, had a fallout within the New Zealand team, basically didn't compete anymore. Turned up in Copenhagen after Tokyo, became a world champion. And ever since then, her and Lisa Carrington have been racing against each other for the right to represent New Zealand. And the racing has been very, very close. And here is a young lady that you know very well, Jenny Egan.
Yeah, Melina Anderson. She's really stepped up over the last few years. I won a bronze medal at Poznan last year in the 5K at the Canoe Sprint World Cup, and Melina just pipped me on the line to get the silver medal. But she's been an under-23 5K silver medalist last year at the World Championships also, and then at the marathons she dominated, bringing home a few medals from the weekend. But she's showing how she's can race all distances here and is specialising in the 500 metres now, trying to get Olympic qualification this year.
Look at this young lady, Emma Jorgensen. She's been around for a long time, was in London at the Olympics, won bronze in Tokyo in this race, 8th at the World Championships, which is a surprise as well for her. And there's Jewel Haidt from Germany, 3rd in the World Championships. And on the outside, the Australian powerhouse, Alyssa Bull, 5th in the World Championships last year. We didn't mention Elise Wood. How great to see her back. She's been off, had a baby. She's come back. This is her first big international event since having a baby. And she looks stronger than ever. She'll give this a real shake.
She sure does, along with Melissa Novakovic also back after having a baby.
Wow, yes, indeed. So what a great race. Now here we go. We're underway. So there is Lisa Carrington. She has dominated this sport for a long, long time, especially the 200, and look how powerful she's going out very early. She's saying to Amy Fisher, well, if you want to come and race on the big stage alongside me, you better have your best form with you. Lisa Carrington taking it out straight away to the lead, as she often does. Can anybody stick with her? That's the big question. Lisa Carrington in the middle of the field. Elise Wood in lane 2 looked like she had a very good start as well. Emma Jorgensen, who is very familiar with the side of the back of Lisa Carrington's head over many, many years, is trying to chase down the New Zealander. Haven't seen where Alyssa Bull is yet on the big screen. I'm imagining that she will be up there. She's a very powerful paddler. Alyssa Bull, there she is there coming through, but it's Jorgensen second. Amy Fisher now starting to pick up the pace. It's going to be a big call for her, though, to try and haul in the leader. But it's the race for second already, I think, that we're looking at here, because Lisa Carrington is looking very strong. Amy Fisher picking up the pace now. She's drawn alongside Emma Jorgensen. Elise Wood in the lane 2 is also having a very good race at the moment and would have her sights on a medal. But it's Lisa Carrington in front. Amy Fisher is slowly pulling her in. I don't know there's enough water left, though, for her to pip her New Zealand teammate. In fact, Carrington picking up the pace again now. So it's Lisa Carrington in the middle of the field. Yet another gold medal coming her way. But look at Amy Fisher coming home. It's a really strong race.
Very strong
from
finish.
The young New Zealander. So really coming alongside her now. Look at this, folks. Lisa Carrington holding on. Amy Fisher throwing everything at her. It's Carrington in front. Fisher trying to get to her teammate. She's not going to get there, but gee, wow, that is the closest finish that Lisa Carrington has had in a 500 for a long, long time, and it's come courtesy of her New Zealand teammate, Amy Fisher. And Emma Jorgensen holding on, as she so often does, so determined for the bronze medal. But gee, Amy Fisher, that was a very strong finish.
That was some finish, Ross. And yeah, you speak about Emma Jorgensen. She's an extremely talented paddler, very fit in technique, very consistent, has 2 Olympic medals to her name, and still such a young athlete.
Yeah, incredibly. She's so young when she was in London in 2012. Look at the gap there between Carrington and Fisher. That was early on. Lisa Carrington putting her stamp on the race very early on and making Fisher work hard to try and drag her in. I don't know that Fisher could have done much more to get on top of her New Zealand teammate, but gee, look at that. That is the closest finish that Lisa Carrington has had for a long time. So well
Phenomenal
done.
to have such strong athletes from the one nation. Like,
Yeah, they're not in the K4 together. They're not in the K2.
but could you imagine if they were?
One only wonders if they come together at some stage, what they could bring to the table. The New Zealand K4 was very strong yesterday, by the way, finishing third. But gee, I think if they could get Fisher into that boat, there's confirmation there. Great race from Elise Wood, picking up a fourth place. The new mums, fourth and fifth there, Jenny.
Yeah, for sure. Well done to them. You know, it's been proven that women come back stronger after having babies, and these two women are showing it. And, you know, power to them and power to their support team as well, because when you have a baby, you have to have a lot of people around you to help you, and they have that.
And we see the New Zealanders coming together. There wasn't much eye contact between them straight after the race, but just a bit of a shaking of the hands there. There's a rivalry there. There's no doubt about it. Let's not hide that. They push each other, and they're great competitors on the water. And I'm sure that Lisa Carrington benefits from having somebody pushing her like Amy Fisher does. Let's have a listen to gold medalist Lisa Carrington.
You're unstoppable. For the interview too. Lisa Carrington, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's tough conditions out there and racing some amazing women today, so really cool to be out there doing it with them.
What do you think about the others?
You know, it's just amazing to be able to paddle with incredible quality of paddlers, so it makes me need push harder, and it's really good.
Do you celebrate this winning position right now after this race or the evening in Szeged?
Yeah, I've just got one more race to do, so I'll have to warm down and get ready for that. That's the K2 500 this afternoon.
Nice, well done. Thank you very much, and congratulations as well.
I mean, she's incredibly disciplined, isn't she? She's the one person I wouldn't expect to see out on the town in Szeged tonight. Celebrating. She'll have a routine, Jenny Egan, down to the minute almost for how to.
Yeah,
and there we are. What a great
tonight.
hug between the two New Zealanders. I think we might be able to hear from Amy Fisher now. Be interesting to see what she thinks about being back here.
Who you want, Emma?
Amy, we will continue with you. Double medal to New Zealand. Congratulations. What's your thoughts about the race?
Oof, that was a really good race. They gave me a good push in that first 250, and I just tried to trust the process, be patient, and know that I'd push really hard in that last 100. But yeah, she got me. That was a good tight race.
So you will celebrate with Lisa?
Yeah, for sure. That was a good little hit out from New Zealand. Okay,
thank you very much and congratulations. And we will continue with Emma. How are you right now?
I'm feeling good. These ladies are so strong and they know the routine, so it's really nice to be there. And I did my own race pace today and race plan, so I think it's really good. But ouch, my arms, they're hurting.
How would you reward yourself after this race? Some kind of ritual or something like that?
What do you mean?
I don't know, maybe some good food or...
Okay. I have a K2 in the afternoon, so just more relaxing and hopefully get some good food and a lot of water and yeah, just relax.
So recharge your batteries. Thank you very much and congratulations as well.
What a great morning's racing we've had already. We've got some more finals coming your way very, very soon, including the 1,000-metre individual races, which will be a sight to behold. That's coming up very soon. Lots of other medals as well. Stay with us.
11 óra 50 perckor folytatódik a verseny. A Canoe-Kayak férfi 1000 méteres döntőfutamot láthatjuk majd akkor.
And just staying on for our live stream viewers, hope you're enjoying our coverage today on Recast. If you haven't spread the word already, please do. Please do, folks. Don't forget, the more people you can bring to our Recast platform, the more rewards you get. And makes it much, much easier for you to watch and enjoy our action. It's part of our new ICF platform this year. And I know a lot of people have been asking questions about it, but in the end, this is what we hope will be a way to secure our future and to continue to bring you the top quality international coverage that you've become used to. It is not a cheap process, folks, to bring you live coverage to the extent that we bring it at every event. There are a lot of TV cameras, there are a lot of crew, Fortunately, the commentators are very cheap, aren't they, Jenny?
Yes, but they're such good quality.
You get what you pay for, folks. You get what you pay for. But, you know, in most instances, for the price of a cup of coffee, you are helping us secure our broadcasting future and making sure that we continue to be able to bring you the quality of coverage that you would expect. Some great racing already. We'll be back in just a moment with some more finals and some more superstars of our sport. Welcome back to Szeged, folks. Welcome back to day 2 of finals at the ICF Canoe Sprint and Paracanoe World Championships. It's been our absolute privilege to bring you some quality racing already today, and there's more coming your way. But if you've just joined us, you've missed out on some of the superstars of our sport. Just a moment ago, we saw Lisa Carrington, who is probably the greatest female paddler on the planet today, showing us what she's made of. We've had Charlotte Henshaw in the Paracanoe, and just some fantastic athletes competing. Joining me in the commentary box this morning is Irish World Championship 5,000 metre medalist Jenny Egan. Jenny, what have you made the racing so far today?
Yeah, it's been a great morning so far, Ross. Not too many surprises, I don't think. For me, I think the best race of the morning has to have been the women's K1 500 metres. So close between Lisa and Amy in that final 100 metres, and Emma Jorgensen picking up the bronze medal, showing her consistency in this sport.
Yeah, it really shows that we're going to be in for a fantastic year. Of course, we've got another World Cup in 2 weeks' time, which we'll also bring to you, and that's in Poznan. Are you going to be competing in Poznan, Jenny?
Yeah, I am. I'll be competing, and we'll have another athlete, Ronan Foley, also from Ireland, competing. So we'll have 2 athletes competing in Poznan. Yeah, it's going to be nice for me to go home for about a week before going out to Poznan. I know for some countries, they would have preferred to have a back-to-back weekends, because the ones that were further away in different continents, it's harder for them to stay on. But look, that's the way it is this year, and they'll be back for the World Champs in Duisburg at the end of August.
Yeah, that's the big goal. That's the big goal this year. That's the first port of call for your ticket to the Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games, of course, Duisburg. If you fall short there, of course, there is opportunities through continental races to book those tickets, but it's all paths lead to Paris at the moment. Now, this is the C2 Men's 1000. Of course, it was an Olympic event in Tokyo. It's not going to be an Olympic event in Paris. The race is going to be shortened to 500 metres. As a result, Jenny Egan, not many of these combinations have been together for very long. We didn't see them in Tokyo, didn't see them in the World Championships last year, which makes this race very, very wide open.
Yeah, for sure. I think we'll have to look at lane 4, though. Romania, they have been the fastest qualifiers for this final here today, so I'm sure that they're going to lead it out. And you know, the lanes around them, lane 5 and 6, Italy are always very good in the men's C2 boats. And don't rule out lane 1, home nation Hungary.
Yeah, the Poles as well. There's 2 Polish boats in here. The Romanians are going through a bit of a renaissance in canoe paddling. Of course, the world champion at the moment looked very good yesterday over the 500, and we'll see him in a little while in the 1,000, Caitlin Chirilla. But we're underway in the men's C2 1000. We'll get a bit of a feel early on for the tactics for the race, but as Jenny said, the lane 4, the Romanians were the fastest qualifier, and they've gone out hard again, Jenny, straight away. And it looks like alongside them in lane 3, just pacing themselves, the crew from Uzbekistan, Kamilov and Akhtamov. But gee, you called it right, the Romanians. They were strong in the lead-up races, and they've come out here and they're laying down a very fast first 250 metres.
Yeah, as you can see, their technique is very efficient. Their hips are working in unison together to propel the boat forward. They look very smooth, the Romanians, not under any pressure at this stage of the race. But who's to say that their competitors won't have a stronger second half? But at this moment in time, they are the ones leading it out, and they are the ones to beat.
The Poles in 3rd and 4th. Now, Jenny, people might see in the background there, we've got people on bikes. These are not recreational cyclists on the weekend. These are your coaches. What are the sort of things that a coach will be shouting out to paddlers in a longer race like this?
Yeah, so coaches would tend to focus on your technique in the longer race like this, things to help you to be more efficient. So they might be saying, you know, for example, in kayaking, they might be saying, you know, more rotation, more leg drive, focusing on your arm height. And, you know, these paddlers will have race plans. So, you know, for example, they might have a race plan that they go out for the first 100 metres of the race hard, then they try and settle into a more efficient stroke, and then go for the final 200 metre of the race.
And when you're on the water, do you hear what your coaches are saying? I know we can always hear your dad, Jenny. He's giving you a lot of instructions when you're out on the water, but is it easy to hear the coaches? Do you listen for them?
Yeah, no, for sure. You'd be able to hear your coaches, and you'd be listening out for them, because they're there giving you the advice of, you know, to be thinking about your technique and not just thinking about, okay, go harder, go faster. Thinking about your technique helps you to focus on something else and also get the pain out of your mind. Like for me, I try and think rotation, leg drive, and focusing on those technical aspects then helps you throughout the race to be stronger and not just be thinking about going from A to B as fast as possible, thinking about the process and your race plan, and not being distracted by other people in your race. But as you can see, lane 7, Poland are coming back now at Romania, along with lane 3, Uzbekistan.
Yes, so it's the Polish combination of Nowacki and Witkowski who are trying to chase down our Romanian leaders. The Romanians, Springsteen and Nuta. That is not Bruce Springsteen, it is Ili Springsteen from Romania and Oleg Nuta. They've been in the lead since the start, but it's the Polish crew in lane 7 who are doing their best to try and bridge the gap. But I tell you what, Jenny Egan, this Romanian team, they've been strong since the start, and they don't look like they're dropping off at all.
Yeah, no, they've just changed another gear there, Ross. I don't think there's any hope for anyone trying to come by them now. It looks like Poland are going to be fighting for the silver medal, along with Uzbekistan in lane 3. Very strong also.
So here we have our Romanian gold medalists. They're very good in the C1. They're very good in the C2 as well. It's going to be another gold medal for Romania. I wonder whether they'll pick up a third one later on this morning. But as they head towards the finish line, it is the Romanian combination of Springsteen and Nuta take the gold. The Polish crew of Nowacki and Witkowski take the silver. And it looked like Moldova may have flown home.
I think Italy actually got the bronze there.
Okay.
Yeah, very strong finish by lane 5, Italy.
All right, I thought it was the Moldovans in lane 8, but you have got better eyes. You've got young eyes.
We will
Jenny.
see now in a sec.
I've got old eyes. There is Bruce Springsteen in the front of the boat there. Let's have a look at the start. And really, the Romanians, by the 100-metre mark, had already taken a stranglehold of this race. Very good, as Jenny said, very good coordinated technique there. Smooth all the way through. And as Jenny called it, at the 750-metre mark, when possibly the opposition might have been hoping that they would drop away, they picked up another gear. And look at that, even the coach on the bike was struggling to keep up. with the Romanian combination, C2 1000. Fantastic to see Romania doing so well. So let's have a look here. It is Romania first, Poland second. Yeah, you laugh at my old eyes. You laugh at my old
Your
eyes.
eyes are right.
There's nothing wrong with my eyes.
I couldn't see lane 8 there. I was focusing on lane 5.
Yeah, yep, there you go.
Well done, Ross.
Thank you very much. I'm going to retire right now. Yes, Oleg Tarnowski and Miha Chaiha from Moldova picking up the bronze. Confirmation there, and yes, the Italians, Jenny, did finish 4th. The second Polish boat 5th. A couple of the Uzbeki boats in 6th and 7th. The Hungarians failing to fire today in lane 8, and the Slovakians finishing 9th for the C2 1000. So congratulations to Romania. We'll see in just a little while the men's C1 1000 final, and I'm tipping already that Catalin Chirilla will be able to make it a second gold medal for Romania today. If he's in anything like the form he was yesterday in the 500, he'll be a very hard paddler to beat in the 1000, the Olympic event, in just a little while from now. Let's cross down now, though, and hear what the Romanians have got to say after their great win. Fantastic result for them.
So you win the heat race, and after it's a gold medal to Romania. Ili and Zolag, congratulations. It was a good start, and the Romania leads for the whole of the race. What do you think about this race?
Thank you. It was a very good race, and thank you all support, and I'm happy. Thank you so much.
What do you think about this race from your perspective?
First of all, I want to say thank you everyone who support us and trust in us. This race was very good for us, and this is a very good start in this season for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bravo. Excellence.
Yeah, congratulations to the Romanians. A fantastic win for them. Looks like somebody's having a bit of a nap up the end there, Jenny. Tough race, the 1000, isn't it? Especially
yeah,
in a
look,
canoe.
Racing at this level is tough for each distance.
So I think we're going to hear now from our Moldovan bronze medalists. Flew home to pick up the bronze. Great result for them. Let's have a listen.
Oleg, Mihai, it was excellent. At the last section, you had a lot of storage with energies. How you can do that?
Yes, we agree, but we have 8 lane. It was a little bit difficult than the left side, and we are happy to our results for today, not tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Yeah, good point. Today's a good result. Tomorrow, who will see? We haven't actually mentioned this, Jenny, about the wind and whether it has had any effect. Have you picked up anything in terms of the way the lanes, the racing's going today? Does it seem to you there's an advantage on any side of the course?
So the wind has kind of faded off a little bit now. It was a crosswind yesterday, so lane 1 and 2 would have had a little bit more of an advantage than the far side of the course. But today, the wind now, it's not so strong. It's flattening out, actually. So hopefully it'll be fair conditions now for the next few races also.
So this is the C1 Women's 1000. It's not an Olympic event, but gee, I'm excited, Jenny. When I look at this field, we've got 2 18-year-olds, a 19-year-old, and 2 20-year-olds competing in this field. It's just exciting to have this young talent coming through, showing that the future of women's canoe is strong because we have these young athletes coming through.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, 1,000-meter racing, it's a great basis for all the distances. I know myself, I raced 1,000 meters when I was younger. I made an A-finals under 23 European Championships in the women's K 1,000 meters, and it was a real basis for me going forward for the other distances. You know, we need to have an aerobic base for all distances, and it really proves and helps you to learn your racing tactics as well. And some of these athletes, I know Hungary, Sofia Churba, she would have raced and races canoe marathon also, so very much an endurance athlete. But as you say, so positive to see so many young women in the C1 women 1,000 meters here today.
Now, keep an eye on the athletes on at both ends of the field. They're both from Kazakhstan, and they're both very, very good. The young lady in lane 2, she is the reigning junior world champion over this distance. Big step up, obviously, to go from juniors to a senior level, but she's got that experience at racing this level, and she's proven herself, and there she goes. She's gone out hard early, so I'm expecting that she will give this a really good shake. The Hungarians, obviously, as you said, Jenny, they've both raced a lot of marathons, so the 1,000 metres won't be a problem for them. But it's a very young field. There's not a lot of experience there, and knowing how to time your race and how to pace yourself over 1,000 metres, you need that experience to know when to go and when to slow.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it'll be very much a learning curve for these athletes. But as you said, Kazakhstan in lane 2, as she's junior world champion, she has a lot of experience at junior level. You know, to be junior world champion doesn't just happen. It takes many years to become that also. And as you can see, they have their coaches on the bikes beside them. So they'll be telling them different technique aspects, different coaching, helping them to maybe remember their race plan and to focus on themselves and not the athletes around them, that they don't get distracted by them. But yeah, lane 2 is really pulling it out, and you know, God, what a bright future this young girl has if she continues on this trajectory.
Maria Brovkova is her name. She's 18 years old. She's the reigning junior world champion, and she has put space between herself and the rest of the field already. Maybe it's her Kazakh teammate, who herself is only 19, I think, or maybe 18, in lane 8, Ulyana Kiselvia. She is looking very strong as well. But look at the distance between Brovkova and and the rest of the field. It's a quality performance for the first half of the race. Has she paced herself well, though? Has she got fuel left in the tank to get her to the finish line now? There'll be a few people, the Hungarians especially, they've had that marathon experience, Jenny Egan, and they'll know how to time their race and how to do the quality work that's needed in the back half of the event.
Yeah, definitely. You know, for 1,000 metre racing, really the race doesn't start until the second half of the race, because people tend to pace it very well in the middle part. But as you can see, lane 7, Sofia Kizban from Hungary, she's beginning to pull her way back. Hard to know if she'll get back to that gold medal, but she's definitely in contention for the silver now.
I think she won a silver in the 5,000 metres at the World Championships, Kizban, a few years ago. So she
has a lot of good experience then.
Yeah.
So you know, she'll know how to pace the race. She'll have practiced her race plan over the previous weeks coming into this. So yeah, she's really pulling back now, and if she's a 5K racer, she's definitely got good endurance in her tank, let's say. So yeah, let's see what she can do in the final part of this race. The Kazakhstan girl seems to have tied up a little bit in lane 2, and lane 7 is really pulling through.
Yeah, so we've still got quite a lot of the race to go. Brovkova, as you might have seen by the facial expressions, finding it pretty tough at the moment. She's got a good lead, though, and Kizban is the one. She's got to dig deep here and really push this through, but she's a 5,000 metre paddler, so you would expect that she'll finish strong. Kizban, still such a young paddler, just 18 years of age. You would expect inexperience might play out here, but at this stage she's holding on. She's about a boat length in front, and we've got 250 metres to go. Gee, a lot can happen in 250 metres. I'm not sure that she's going to be able to hang on here, Jenny Egan.
Yeah, I'm not so sure either. I think lane 7 is coming through very strong. Sofia Kizban. She's got just under 200 metres to go. I don't
know. Well, maybe the Kazakh athlete has dug deep again. She's found something extra because she's pushed out a little bit. She's extended that lead now as she heads into the final 150 metres. This is a very impressive race from an impressive young lady. 18 years of age, Maria Brovkova. She's already a junior world champion. She's come here to Szeged, the spiritual home of canoeing, and she's shown that she is all class. This is a name to remember, ladies and gentlemen. Maria Brovkova from Kazakhstan. She made the race her own very early on, and she's refused to bow down to the experience and the pressure being thrown her way from the Hungarian combination behind her. Starting to get a little bit close now towards the finish line, and we can see Kisban is digging really deep, but I think she may have left it a little bit too late. I think Brovkova is going to hold on and take a gold medal, a well-earned gold medal for Maria Brovkova. Kisban in lane 7, she would have been able to see, wouldn't she, quite clearly out of the corner of her eye where Brovkova was?
Yes, for sure, and we can see the happiness on her face now, having won gold, Maria Brovkova, and great for Hungary, silver and bronze here on home ground.
Yeah, it's exciting to see young talent come through like that. I'm looking forward to watching her progression. Of course, I'm sure longer term her goal will be, and gee, I mean, there's two very good Kazakh paddlers there. Obviously, the C2 500 at some stage will be well and truly on their radar. Big difference between the 1,000 and the 200, but I'm sure that Brovkova will have her sights set on being at the Olympics in the C1 200 as well. But it's exciting to see these young paddlers doing their thing. Good finish from Kisban, but left it too late to be able to pull in the young paddler from Kazakhstan. And as you said, Jenny, the bronze medal also going to Hungary, going to Sofia Zorba, just 20 years of age. Great result for her as well. As we saw, there we are, official confirmation. So just over a second between the gold and the silver. Brovkova from Kazakhstan, the gold. Kisban, silver, and Zorba from Hungary taking the bronze. Great experience here for a lot of very young paddlers who are getting the chance to have a go at a World Cup. And hopefully we'll see a few of them in Poznan in 2 weeks' time. Got one more race experience under their belt, and they'll go to Poznan as totally different competitors, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. You know, sometimes people just don't have a great race either, and they can build on from the first World Cup to the second World Cup, and that's what's great about these World Cups. You can get good racing and good experience for the other competitions throughout the year. Obviously, we'll have European Games, and then we'll have the World Championships in Duisburg. So World Cups are great building blocks for the championship races.
Well, they're coming in now to the winners' dock. We'll hopefully get some interviews with our medalists in just a moment and hear what they thought of the race. Some medals going to Hungary. Let's have a listen to Sofia Kisban, who finished second, of course.
Silver to Zsófia Kisban from Hungary. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How are you feel right now? It's not easy for boys, but it's brutal for girls. Am I right?
Yes, it was very hard. I'm tired.
I see, but you will celebrate after this race, I think.
Yeah.
In the evening, you will have a party or something like that.
No, I have race tomorrow, so I sleep.
So you have to take a rest.
Yes, yes.
So take a rest and bravo. Thank you very much.
Our commentator on the dock is very keen for everyone to go and party tonight, but no one's taking up his invitation.
No, he must be planning some big party in the city centre. Hopefully someone goes with him.
All right, let's have a listen now to our young gold medalist. What a great race for her.
Maria, it was excellent performance. Congratulations. What was the biggest challenge in this race? It's a long distance, 1,000 meters.
This is my best distance. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was so powerful. Congratulations.
Yes, I think no doubt about that. It is her best distance. Good on her. Good on her. Well done. She's now a World Cup gold medalist. She's a junior world champion. One wonders what will unfold for this young lady in the years to come. So now we turn our attention to the K1 Women's 1000. Jenny, as you mentioned, you've done a few of these over the years. Started off your career in this event. Maybe even raced against some of these athletes, have you, at some stage?
Yeah, I've raced against some of these athletes, not in the 1,000 metres, but in the 500 metres. Some of the names that stand out, obviously you've got two Polish athletes in this, and both these ladies were in the women's K4. They won a bronze medal in Tokyo Olympics, so they'll be going head-to-head in lane 4 and 5. Can't rule out lane 6 as well. Isabel Contreras from Spain, very strong 500-meter paddler, and I'm sure she'll put it up to them also in this 1,000 meters.
Interesting paddler here from Cuba. We haven't seen her since 2015. It's the last time we saw her racing at a World Cup event. And here she is in lane 7. I'm going to be fascinated to see how she goes. And out there in lane 9 from Australia, 18-year-old Claudia Bailey. Great to see. The Australians have got an exciting young team, Jenny Egan, and I know that they are very excited about the future with some of the girls. We saw some fantastic races yesterday for the young paddlers, and Claudia Bailey very much part of that exciting future. Looking through, as you said, the 2 Polish girls, formerly with their very powerful K4 team, but not racing in the K4 here. Of the 2 of them, Justina Izrecki was second in the World Championships here back in 2019. There she is on screen now. So 2019 here in Szeged, she finished second. The Hungarian Olga Bako was third in a World Cup here in 2021. You would expect a bit of local knowledge will help her out here as well. It is a 1,000-meter race though, so a lot of tactics involved. The Spanish Isabel Contreras finished first in a K1 1000 World Cup final a couple of years back, so likes the distance.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. It's her first K1 1000 World Cup final.
Yeah, and like she's a phenomenal K1 500-meter athlete. She competed in Tokyo Olympics. She actually won the spot here for Spain in 2021 at the European Continental Qualifiers. So she likes the Szeged course. As you can see, she looks very efficient there. Has a nice, smooth technique, has settled into a nice rhythm. And look at lane 7, the Cuban athlete that you were talking about. She is in the running for one of the medals at the moment.
Where has she been? Irina Herrera, 2015 was the last time. She's 32 years of age, so maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on where she's been since 2015, but we're very excited to have her back and have her in this race, the K1 1000 Women's Final. It is the pole. It's Greca who is out leading at the moment. The Spaniard Contreras just sitting off her back, just biding her time, waiting to make her move on the Polish paddler. Good race for third at the moment. Maybe Palaska from Poland is in there. I think in lane 4, that's Palaska. And across there in, looks like in lane 1, the Chinese athlete, Lin Ya Chen, to World Cup debut. So this will be a very exciting race for her to get out there and part of this very, very powerful Chinese team. You can expect that she'll be learning a lot just from being around so many quality athletes this week. But there's Isabel Contreras, the Spaniard. She has now decided to make her move. Didn't take her long to get to the lead.
No, she's come through very strongly. She had a real change in gear there, able to get past the Polish in lane 5. And she is going for it.
She really is. She's saying, right, now I'm going to go, and if anybody wants to come with me, good luck. And I think that Justina Izrecki, the pole, has already decided that silver might be good enough, struggling to keep up with this powerful Spaniard, Isabel Contreras. The race for third, well, the rest of the field has really dropped off. It's Contreras has split this field right open now. 250 metres to go, and she's even getting stronger as she heads towards the finish line. Still keeping her technique together, Jenny. Still looking very powerful, very strong. Yeah,
great rhythm, great efficiency, great leg drive, body working in unison, all as one unit. You can see the kinetic chain, the power coming from her feet up through her legs, through her hips, through her rotation in her upper body, and her arms staying at a nice shoulder level. Very efficient stroke. And she's into the final part of the race now, and the gold medal is going to be hers.
The pole is throwing down a late challenge, I must say. Izrecki is trying to throw everything at her to try and pull back a bit of water on her, but there's no doubt at all about this winner, Contreras. It's going to be Izrecki takes the silver, and it could be a race between China and Poland for the bronze. It's going to be very, very close, I think. Gold to Spain, silver and bronze to Poland, just over the athlete from China, Lin Ya Chen, who would have learned a lot from her first World Cup race, her first World Cup final. But congratulations there to Isabel Contreras. 1,000 metres seems to be a very, very comfortable distance for her. It was a well-judged race. credit to the pole, Jenny, Justina Izgrecki. She was headed at the halfway stage and really found herself a long way back in second, but managed to pull back in there and make up a bit of ground at the finish.
Yeah, she did. She was really coming back at Isabel Contreras. So, yeah, well done to her. Hard-fought silver medal.
Of course, the K1 1000 is not an Olympic event, but it's got a lot stronger over the last few years. We're seeing a lot of athletes use this race and just to build up a lot of their strength and to learn how to pace themselves. And we're seeing some good athletes competing in the 1,000 metres. So a good quality race there. And congratulations to Spain for picking up another gold medal. You can see the Olympic, and just showing us the tattoo. Where's your Olympic tattoo, Jenny?
Unfortunately,
next year you're going to get one.
Oh, touch wood, Ross, touch wood.
So there we have confirmation there. Spain with the gold, Poland with the silver and the bronze, and China. And our Cuban, Jenny, she did all right at her first event back.
She did very well, yeah. 5th place for her first event back.
And the youngster from Australia, Claudia Bailey, she won't be disappointed with that. 18 years of age.
Wow, very young. The Aussies have a very young team here. And Natalie Drobot did very well yesterday.
She was
bronze
really
medal,
strong.
K1 200 metres, her first senior international.
Yeah, no, she was very, very good. The Australians have some genuine excitement. Their K4 is strong, and they've just got some young kids who are coming through, especially in the women, who I think are going to be really good for many years to come. But let's have a listen now to Isabel Contreras. She's our gold medalist in the women's K1 1000.
You have some plus energy to take the boat out too. After this outstanding race, Isabel Contreras, you earned the gold. Congratulations. How was that?
Hello, speaking in Spanish.
Some kind of words in English. It was a good race in the 10th scale. That's fine?
Sí, muy contenta, la verdad, después de la climatología que hay y la dificultad de la pista, muy contenta de acabar con el oro y bueno, a seguir sumando, queda mucha temporada y poco a poco.
Bravo, bravo. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
I like the attitude where she's not going to speak to you until I'm ready to speak to you. And I've just got a few things to clean up here, hand my boat over, go and pick up my towel. Yeah, just wait. The international audience can wait until I'm ready. And no, I'm not going to speak to you in English. Here's some Spanish. But congratulations, you're a winner. Winners are grinners, Isabel Contreras. So we'll give you a pass for that one. Well done. I think we're going to have another interview now. Let's cross down to the Victory Pontoon as we find out a little bit more about that race.
So the runner-up, the silver, goes to Justina. It was nice rhythm and nice body working. How you feel inside after the race?
I'm really happy. It was warm up before my next start, so I have good hope for the next races.
Thank you very much. Congratulations and take a rest.
Yeah, so she must be doing the K2, I'm assuming, tomorrow, K2 500, Justina. So congratulations to her. Now we've got 2 more finals to come, Jenny Egan, and gee, these are exciting, aren't they? These are Olympic events. And this race here, this is the C1 1000. A few big names missing, but I can tell you what, the biggest name in men's canoe racing at the moment, he was the world champion last year, is Caitlin Chirilla. We'll get to him in a moment. Here's Konrad Schiebner. He was a world champion in 2021. Suffered a bit of illness, lost a bit of form there for a little while. He's back, though, and he told me the other day that he's paddling as well as he's ever paddled. This will be a big test for him. Balázs Adolf, Jenny, you'd be very familiar with Balázs. Marathon paddler, I think he's a world champion in the marathon. You'd be very familiar with his work. Jose Cordova, just 22 years of age. He was 9th at the World Champions. The pole, Victor Glasnow, is a very consistent paddler, 7th in the World Championships last year. And there he is, folks, the reigning world champion, Caitlin Chirilla. He won the 500 yesterday. He really has, since Halifax last year, just shown that he is a different class of paddler. The Canadian Connor Fitzpatrick, won a B final in 2021. Good to see him in an A final. Carlo Tacchini, he's been around for a few years. One of the nicest people on the paddling circuit, and I'm so excited to see him in this final. 5th in the World Championships last year. And another Pole, Witkowski from Poland, 3rd in the B final of the under-23s in 2019. Good field.
Yeah, for sure. The Cuban, he was the fastest qualifier for the final today from the heats, so he's going to be definitely one to look out for in lane 4. And in 2021 in Paracanoe, Russia, he won a gold medal in the Canoe Sprint World Cup there also. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a hard-fought final A.
I expect the Hungarian Adolf to be up there at some stage challenging, because he is a marathon paddler. He's shown himself to be a very, very good marathon paddler. Can it translate into a 1,000 though? They're underway, and that is the Romanian Cătălin Cirila, already gone out to a very good lead. The Pole, Victor Glasnow, alongside him. And Konrad Schiebner, the German, he said that he feels good again, that he's ready to show his best. He's going to give this a bit of a shake as well. Of course, paddling on that side of the boat, Jenny, he can't see what's happening behind him. I'm sure he'd prefer to be in lane 8 so he could have a look across the course.
Yeah, it's very difficult, all right, with his strokes on the left. So, yeah, he's covered his viewing point with his right arm. But look, he's going to focus on his own race plan, focus on himself. He'll know exactly when he's going to pace it from, when he'll do his ups. And, yeah, he's looking very strong at the moment, so more power to him.
Look at Cirila, though. He's almost lifting the boat out of the water. He's a very strong paddler. Look how deep and strong that stroke is from the Romanian Cirila. He has gone out very hard. I mean, look, he's a world champion. He must know how to pace himself. He must know when he can do his best and when he can just take a little bit of a breather. At the moment, that's a very good race for second, though. Schiebner there in lane 1, and the Pole, Glasnow in lane number 5, battling each other for second place at the moment. But look at this, Jenny. It's a very, very confident stroke, isn't it, from Cirila?
Yeah, very powerful hip drive. He looks like he's very comfortable. He's just eased into his rhythm in the middle part of this 1,000-meter race, and I've no doubt that he'll have another gear to go in the final 200 meters also. I think the fight is going to be for the silver and bronze medals here today.
Yeah, for sure. Something very, very strange. I have seen some fish in the water here. A fish would have to jump up and hit Cătălin Cirila in the face and momentarily knock him off course for him to lose this race from here, I think.
Oh, I don't know. Look at lane 1. Germany is really actually putting
Konrad
in a
Schiebner,
final part.
yeah. I mean, he is a former world champion, Schiebner, from 2021, so, you know, he's a very competent paddler. But Cirila is still looking nice and strong and still in control. It's a good race there in the middle of the field as well between the Pole, Glasnow, and the Cuban, Cordova. Of course, Cuba have such a fantastic record in the canoe, don't they? It's a strong sport for them.
Yeah, and there's going to be a big fight here between lane 4 and lane 5.
And Schiebner there in lane 1. But look at the Romanian. Look at Cătălin Cirila, the world champion. He is putting a little bit more distance now between himself and the rest of the field. He has 250 meters to go. He'll hear the drums. He can hear the drums, Fernando, as he heads down towards the finish line, which will tell him that he has not got far to go now to win this opening World Cup gold medal. Good race for second between Schiebner and Glasnow. The Pole and the German are going at each other for the silver medal, but there's no doubt at all about who's going to win this race. Cătălin Cirila, hats off to you, my friend. You are a very, very competent canoe paddler. Schiebner throwing down a challenge now, though, to Cirila. Schiebner is really trying to pull back a bit of distance here. I don't know that he's going to have enough water to be able to get over the top of him, but it's a very strong finish from the German. But I don't think there's any doubt at all about our winner. There he is, the big man from Romania, Cătălin Cirila. Gold yesterday in the 500, following it up today with gold in the 1,000. You are the best canoe paddler on the planet today, Cătălin Cirila. Congratulations to you. Konrad Schiebner with the silver. Good race for the German. And taking the bronze, it looked like Victor Glasnow from Poland, who held on for a brave race to take the bronze. But absolutely no doubt there, Jenny Egan, about our winner.
No doubt. From pillar to post, he led it out. And you know, well done to the German athlete as well. Coming back after sickness and that, it's not easy, and to come back and win a silver medal here at this Canoe Scrum World Cup, fair play to him, and then with the Polish with a bronze medal.
Gee, so the Romanian canoe program's nice and strong at the moment. It's good to see that depth, because as you know better than most, Jenny Egan, when you are the only paddler on your team, or when you are the only one doing it, it can be sometimes a bit hard to have that person to push you in training and that sort of stuff. But obviously in Romania now they have a good crew of canoe paddlers who are pushing each other.
Yeah, for sure. And look, I'm very lucky because I have lots of junior boys and under 23 boys and men and veteran men that I train with at home, and look, they push me day in, day out. And now we have the young girl coming into the senior ranks who trains with us also. So it's about creating that squad and positive environment around yourself.
Confirmation there of a second gold medal today for the Romanians, for Catalin Chirila. Silver for Konrad Schiebner from Germany, and the bronze going to Poland. Another minor medal for the Poles today. They picked up a couple. And let's now, I think, hear from our winner.
The world champion Catalin Chirila, and of course gold medal from Szeged right now. It was a nice and strong race. It seems you didn't have any competitors about the gold today. After the last few meters, Konrad was a heavy competitor. Am I right?
Yes. I'm very happy for this medal. All competitors are strong, and for me it's perfect. They push me to my best limit. I love it.
What lessons can be learned from this race? So maybe for the next part. Okay, thank you very much. And take a rest.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough. Well, look, very gracious there. And we're going to hear from Konrad Schiebner now, the silver medalist from Germany. A really good race from him from lane one. Let's hear from Konrad.
Okay, so Konrad, you had some hidden energies for the last part, but Catalin was the winner. What do you feel right now?
Oh, it's amazing to be back in international racing after last year where I had to end my season early, and being back with a silver medal is even better, and it gives you a lot of motivation for the home world championships in Duisburg.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it really is great to see Konrad Schiebner back. We saw him in because you know he wrested the mantle from Sebastian Brendel and that's a tough thing to do. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Let's have a listen now to our Polish bronze medalist, Victor Glasnow.
Congratulations for the bronze medal, Victor. Are you satisfied with your result?
I won't speak Polish, okay? Jestem bardzo szczęśliwy. Cieszę się, jak się zdobywa medal na dystansie 1000 metrów wśród tak wybitnych zawodników. To szczęście mnie rozpiera, duma, że mogę reprezentować mój kraj i widzimy się w Poznaniu.
Thank you, Victor. Congratulations.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well done, Victor. What I was going to say, Jenny, with Konrad Schiebner, of course, he came onto the world stage. He knocked off Sebastian Brendel, which is no mean feat. I mean, for many years, Sebastian Brendel was the best canoe paddler on the planet.
Yeah.
And we were expecting big things from Konrad Schiebner, but then he had the injury, had the sickness and that sort of stuff. And you know, I know that personally he really struggled through all of that. So great to see him back.
Yeah, no, fair play to him. That takes a lot of mental strength and persistency to keep going and get through that tough time.
Now, I have to say, Jenny, this is the race that I've been looking forward to today, maybe even for the weekend. I mean, these guys always put on a show in the K1 1000. It is an Olympic event, and the best thing about this race today, folks, you have your gold, silver and bronze medalists from Tokyo out there again, throwing it down. And I can guarantee you there's a big Hungarian crowd here, and they are going to be banging those drums. They are going to be very, very loud because Balint Kopacz, the reigning Olympic and world champion, is in lane 9, so he'll be coming down right under their noses. What a race is this going to be, Jenny?
This is going to be some race. And, you know, I have to say well done to Daniel Johnson from Great Britain for making this final here today. What an achievement for him. You know, it's to have his name among such phenomenal stars of our sport, and here he is, achieved it, and credit to him for being in this A final today. And
well, there's some big names in the B final, like Josef Dostal was there, for example, some big names, so Daniel Johnson's done very well.
Very well, and Tom Lusty also did very well yesterday, making the A final, the K1 500 metres, so yeah, well done to them.
So Balint Kopacz is the hometown favourite. Adam Varga, though, I must say, looked very, very good in the semi-finals, looked very relaxed. Of course, you know that Fernando Pimenta will go out hard, the Portuguese athlete. Tom Green, 7th in the Olympics. He's looking strong this year as well. Rene Paulsen, the veteran, always puts on a good show. Arda Peters from, I mean, this is just a quality field. Francisco Cubelas from Spain is fast. There he is there. He's gone out fast again. The Cubelas from Spain. Whether he can hold on against this sort of quality field, I don't know. And there's Pimenta going where he likes to go.
Out to the front.
This is the way he's always raced his races. He goes out hard and he throws down the challenge. Sometimes it comes off, a lot of the time, well, not a lot of the time, but sometimes it doesn't come off. And you see someone like Adam Varga, look how relaxed. Whenever I see this guy paddle, Jen, I just think he looks like he's just having a casual stroll on the lake.
It's sickening to watch how easy he makes it look. But he's he's so tall, he's such a powerful athlete. And look at him, just the way he can propel the boat through the water.
Well, I tell you what, he is trying to break Fernando Pimenta's heart early on, because Pimenta would not like to be headed at this stage of the race. But look at that, folks. He's thinking, I'm just going to paddle down here and get a carton of milk from the shops. When I come back, I might stop at the park. And by the way, look how far I'm in front in this K1 1,000 metre field. Just looking very comfortable. Kopacz, as we just saw closest to the camera, he is, of course, the hometown favourite here. They love him after he won gold. Of course, it was gold and silver for the Hungarians in Tokyo, with Kopacz holding off Varga to win the gold in Tokyo. Can Balint Kopacz turn the tables today? There they are. Kopacz closest to the camera. It's Varga in front. And Fernando Pimenta holding on there for the 3rd position. Now, the rest of the field, well, they're all biding their time, but the quality of these 3 front athletes, very hard to chase them down if you want to leave it to the last.
Just look at Dan Johnson out in lane 1 there. He is powering along.
It really is. This is a breakthrough race for Daniel Johnson, and we know that the British men's sprint program, since the retirement of Liam Heath, they've been calling out, they've been waiting for someone to come through and pick up the baton to become the new poster boy for British canoeing. Could it become Daniel Johnson? But let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. At the moment, he's sitting back there in, I think, 4th spot, just challenging the yellow and green boat of Tom Green there from Australia. But Adam Varga just keeping the momentum going. Kopacz closest to us on camera. Just keeping an eye on him out of the corner of his eye, just watching where he is. Who's got the strongest finish of these two, do you think, Jenny?
Oh, I think Adam Varga, he just looks like he's out for a Sunday stroll.
Yeah, he really is. And Pimenta refusing to go away. Maybe this is a different tactic we're seeing from Fernando Pimenta in 2023. Maybe he's decided that he's going to keep something in reserve for the sprint home. But look at Adam Varga. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is a quality athlete. He's a quality young man off the water, and he is a quality athlete on the water. This has been a lesson in canoe sprint paddling for Adam Varga. You can hear the Hungarian crowd getting behind him. They love his work. They love what he's been able to do, and he is in control. He has got this race by the throat. You can see Kopacz coming into the picture now, and Pimenta flying home to take the silver. Well done, Fernando Pimenta. And Balint Kopacz settling for the 3rd. But that was a brilliant race, Adam Varga. You have given us all lesson today in how to stay calm, how to stay focused, and how to put together a perfect race. And Fernando Pimenta coming across now to congratulate the young man who really, really wanted to make a show of it today for the home crowd. They've had to wait a little while, the Hungarian fans, to get their first gold medal.
Yeah, unusual for them, but they've got it now.
He's such a... some of my Hungarian friends tell me that he's such a level-headed young man, Jenny. He's studying at university. He's really focused in what he's doing off the water and making sure that he's got a career for himself after sport, which so many athletes forget to do. And he really has got it focused off the water, but just on the water. Wow, that was a very impressive race.
Yeah, and you speak about that, Ross, and it's so important to have a balance in life, you know. I think most people should kind of think about what they'll do after their sporting career, and you know, they don't need to have so many hours of their day dedicated to it, but to do something bit by bit over the years will really help them, and help them mentally, knowing that they have something else after their sport.
And credit there to Fernando Pimenta as well. He's not used to being headed early on in the race, and Varga decided to throw down the challenge early on, and Pimenta having to chase an athlete home, and actually did show in the closing stages that he even though he was headed early, that he's still got that fight in him, and he was able to overcome the other Hungarian, Paracanoe, who is, by the way, an Olympic and a world champion. So no mean feat there to knock off an athlete of that stature. It is early days, of course, Jenny. We've got Poznan to come up, but the big one will be Duisburg. We shouldn't take too much away from this, but gee, I think Adam Varga will sleep well tonight, knowing that he has got some good form already.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's such a confidence boost for him, and he's probably going to have Varga and Paracanoe are probably going to have a lot of internal trials now over the next few months in the lead up to the World Champs.
Tom Green there, the Australian, fighting hard for the 4th position. Of course, his big focus will be the K2 tomorrow. They are the reigning Olympic champions in the 1,000, which will become the 500 in Paris, of course. So that'll be a big focus for him for tomorrow. Daniel Johnson held on. I think he was 7th.
Seventh, yeah. Well done to Dan Johnson.
Yep.
Phenomenal race and result for him. I think the best one of his sporting career so far.
Yep, absolutely fantastic to see him coming through. So let's have a listen now to our gold medalist. This is Adam Varga from Hungary.
In front of Hungarian crowd, the first gold medal for Hungary. Make some noise from Adam Varga in the World Cup Szeged 2023. Good job. This is the first gold medal for Hungary. How are you feel right now?
I'm very happy, of course, with my first place. I try to focus on myself and not look the others, and it went very well.
What do you think about the others? Because it was a tough race in some point.
I only see Pimenta. I can't see the others.
Thank you very much, and congratulations, and enjoy the crowd.
Which I think speaks for itself, Jenny. He could only see Pimenta because everyone else was so far behind.
Yeah, I
and
think so.
And Paracanoe was right out wide in lane number 9, so he wouldn't have been able to see there. But let's have a listen. Fernando Pimenta always has plenty to say. It's always a question mark of whether we'll fit it all in, but here he is, Fernando Pimenta, our silver medalist from the men's K1 1,000 metres in Szeged.
K1 man 500 winner yesterday, and I think you love Hungary, but not the Hungarians.
Yeah, it's so hard, and I think we do very beautiful show in K1 1000 with the 2 very strong Hungarian guys working in home, and I think I'm so happy in 2 medals, in 2 finals. I'm happy because I know I'm not in my best shape, what I tell you yesterday, but very good feeling in the race. Pelling happy. I came pelling all final with very good feelings. In the some part I have possibility to control, and in the last meters I feeling not so fresh, but feeling good and try to catch Adam, but Adam coming very strong, and I see in the sides Balint, and Balint you need to take care because he's very fast in the last meters.
Nice final, thank you very much. And Balint, it wasn't easy for you with this wind in the lane 9. It's not the best.
Yes, not the best, but no problem.
I was in a very good form, and that's the most important. And congrats to my all opponents. This is a very strong man, and I am very happy that I am here in Matyé. This is my favorite race course, and the Hungarian fans is very good and very big. Yes.
The Olympic and the world and European champion, Bálint Kopasz, thank you very much and congratulations.
They're all such fantastic ambassadors for the sport. And it's lucky, Jenny Egan, that some of the athletes don't have a lot to say, because it leaves more room for Fernando Pimenta, because he's always got a lot more to say.
He's very passionate and likes to share, yeah, which is great. You know, he's great for the sport. He shows his emotions. And yeah, like he's, from what I heard, he's like the second most famous athlete in Portugal out of all sports. So
even amongst the footballers.
Yeah, so I heard. He's very well known among the Portuguese and very popular and is in the media a lot. So.
And you know what I like about him, Jenny? He always says we put on a good show for the crowd, and that is important to him. He likes to make sure that the crowd is getting its money's worth. What a great day we've had, Jenny. What a fantastic day. Some fantastic racing, some fantastic finals, and some fantastic gold medalists.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we're going to have some more of it tomorrow. So everyone should stay tuned and watch the great racing that'll be on tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. We've got some more Olympic events tomorrow. We've got some Paralympic events tomorrow. And, of course, one of the highlights of the weekend, of course, the 5,000 metres, where you'll be able to see my colleague, Jenny Egan, doing Ireland proud tomorrow afternoon. It should be a fantastic afternoon of racing. Thank you for your company today, folks. My name's Ross Solly. Alongside me has been Jenny Egan. We hope you've enjoyed what we've brought you today. Please join us again tomorrow.